Wouldn't you know it, the sun is shining, and I have a Jimmy Garoppolo update for you. Jimmy was in the locker room today, just the second time that I've seen him in the locker room since he fractured his foot against Miami in Week 13. And this time I actually had a chance to talk to him. Wasn't just in and out for Jimmy in the locker room on this afternoon. And he said that he's doing well. He came in with the scooter and a boot, but he's able now to put full weight on his foot. He's just not running yet, but we're coming up to the 6-week mark this Sunday from the injury, and we've been talking about 6 to 8 weeks for bone healing. And Garoppolo said that the fact that he's out of the cast, obviously, that's been the case here for a couple weeks now, but the fact that he can now put that weight on the foot, even in a standing situation, means that he's right on track for that 6 to 8 week bone healing timeline to actually have come to fruition. What I found was really interesting is that Jimmy told me that he's actually been able to leg press, that he's been able to do some of the lower body weightlifting techniques even with the broken foot, and you could work around it with the boot. So he says that he's actually been able to keep a fair amount of lower leg strength throughout this process. Obviously also working in a pool, simulate some of that weightless feel so you can work on the cardio and you can keep the lower body strong. Anyway, based on the fact that he's still not fully out of the boot and that the running still has to come, some of that on-land, acclimatization following an injury still has to happen for Jimmy Garoppolo. I would say that a divisional round availability is very doubtful, but he could potentially be available for the NFC Championship game. And I don't think that he has to be 100%. Now, this is just me speculating, but I don't think that Jimmy Garoppolo would have to be 100% to be active for an NFC Championship game, and the 49ers could obviously use him in a backup quarterback scenario because Brock Purdy's playing really well right now. Brock Purdy's 100% right now. Jimmy Garoppolo's not 100%. You still want to insulate that quarterback room depth as much as possible, and that's why this is good news with Jimmy Garoppolo. That's why him being able to put more and more weight on that foot and then transfer into more football-like activities like running eventually here, maybe within the next couple of weeks. That's, what could get the 49ers as deep of a quarterback room as possible. And we do know that the 49ers have already benefited big time from a really deep quarterback room. 3 different starters this year. And under Garoppolo and Purdy, this offense has been the #1 pass efficiency offense in the NFL. The sun dipped down, so it's not as glary in the background. Still a little bit of a glare, but you can see the field here at Levi Stadium. I think, given the respite of rain, I think it's going to come back. They do want to start getting that paint down because the paint in the end zones with that saloon-style font, that is iconic. That's going to happen on this field this week at Levi Stadium when the 49ers take on the Seahawks. But anyway, that's the 49ers QB update. Saw Jimmy Garoppolo for the first time in a while. Got to talk to him for the first time since before the injury. And things are progressing, as according to plan, progressing well for the 49ers to bolster the quarterback room a little bit further into this playoff run.